As we await the oncoming end times, and as I struggle against my own work and a family life, real life schedule, yeah, it's nice to have some battles that are fun, and this one from Vodulius, I think I'm saying that right, is quite a bit of fun here, mostly because we've got some wild action right off the start. Bunch of Wolf Riders getting pounded by Cathay's gun line here. Green Tide has an ace up their sleeve, that ace being 4 Goblin Rock Lobbers positioned on the other side of this shrine here. Of course, we are on the Glacial Lake map, and we've got Wurzag here leading the way, Snagla, very cool character combination. I feel like don't see Wurzag as much as he used to. Once upon a time, he was definitely the meta for Greenskins, but a little bit snipeable, a little bit vulnerable to Dive Lords, which is why you don't see him as often. Loss of leadership can often be devastating in comparison to something like a big, healthy spider, or you've got like Ground the Punch that can heal, right? Wurzag's certainly not a bad choice. It's a little bit fragile, but has some great potential here. It looks like he's just got effigy to get. Azamork looking to put some damage out. He's got the Black Orcs as well. Rusty Arrows, some Orc Boy Spears, more Black Orcs and Biggins, and more spears as well, so nice and defensive for the infantry somewhat. Few big heavy hitters. As for Cathay, we saw that gun line open up. This is just an absolutely mad build, to be honest. We've got a Lord Magistrate, no caster, Lady Lubu here, Talian the Merciless, and a bunch of Celestial Dragon Guard, random Celestial Dragon Guard infantry, yep. Some Iron Hails, some Crane Guns, couple of cannons, the Jade Crossbows, the Celestial Dragon Crossbow for good measure, Whooshing War Compass. I mean, it's just absolute madness. But just through sheer volume of fire, definitely not by any merit of their accuracy or aim, the Goblins will be able to actually win an artillery fight here. And they do have the Regiment of which actually does have pretty solid aim and has this ever so powerful blinded contact effect, by far the best contact effect in the game. Huge melee attack and defense penalty, and particularly the accuracy penalty. Absolutely devastating for enemy artillery, can be at least. But yeah, as Cathay kind of advances around the hole in the ground, lake rather, cannons will land a few shots there, but let's see how they can get things going here. Magistrate did come equipped with some buffs here, and of course on the balloon can fire away and kind of poke away at some unit models here, so not completely useless, but certainly a meme pick. If anything, but one that we do respect. You know, we respect meme picks around here. We're going to see the Whooshing War Compass also try and throw a Comet down at the Black Orcs, force them to move. Comet comes in at a nice angle there. Mostly a swing and a miss, but the Jade Warriors are progressing infantry engagement. Rain guns definitely should be teeing off on the Black Orcs right now. They can penetrate like one or more unit models on each shot. I forget how many it is exactly, but it does very well against heavy infantry in particular with that massive armor piercing damage and missile penetration. Ah, wow, some nice magic being unleashed there. That little Wurzag, little Gaze of Mork. Haven't used it too much, to be honest, since they made the change to magic missiles way back in the day, but any kind of multi-shot magic missiles spread out will do pretty effective damage to tightly packed infantry, as Cathay is mostly specialized in. But Snagla gonna sneak on through, get to the back line here, start harassing some of these missile units. Does he actually have the summon? Does Snagla have a summon, or am I thinking of someone else? I believe he does, no. Like he does the spiderweb attack, though. Able to snare some units down. Likewise, the effigy to get also can snare units down. Double single target net here allows him to kind of poke these. Of course, effigy to get also does some direct damage as well, so we'll be able to just slightly poke them down over time. But here we go. Duel of legendary heroes. Talian the Merciless very briefly gets a few hits on Snagla. Snagla wants none of that smoke, absolutely not. As a cavalry character, he's going to get destroyed by Talian in melee, so certainly is going to nope out of that engagement. Talian pursuing, might get caught up in these Orc Boys' spears. Let's see. Right now, the Greenskins are pulling ahead, though, as they're able to just protect their catapult line, which is doing massive damage, just focus firing very efficiently on these various targets for Cathay. Jade Warriors trying their best to protect what's left of the crane guns. Little sneaky attack here for the Mangy Marauders, regrouped from their initial destruction. So, we're going to see a nice comet potentially be unleashed here by the Compass. Another one going to rain down. Orc Boy's Spears managed to somewhat dodge out of that. Yeah, they're going to take a little bit of HP damage. Certainly nothing too extreme, but so far the Wujing War Compass has generated very minimal value. Definitely a bit of a sunk cost for Cathay, but right now they're actually doing okay on the balance of power. The fact that the Magistrate is mostly unopposed up in the air, although the Rustiers are now in a position to start focusing him down. Rock Lobbers honestly could focus him as well, and they'd be okay at shooting at him. They'd have enough accuracy just through sheer volume of fire as before. But yeah, Tao Yan's certainly one to be respected. Gonna throw down on these Black Orcs a little bit here, although with the Wa they should be able to get a little bit of surround damage. Take some attack animations, get some good heavy hitting, armor piercing. Like she is basically immune to their stagger, but is taking some damage in this engagement, certainly with that while active. And the Magistrate going down as well to the Rustiers is pretty huge. Bit of a blunder there by Cathay to leave him in range for so long, although he's pretty slow. Might not have been able to maneuver out of that regardless. But Iron Hail's going to regroup here. We've also got Jade Crossbows regrouping. Really nice rear fire arc into those Black Orcs. But wow, look at those Celestial Dragon Guard get lit up. And of course, that blinded contact effect, once again, going to factor in as the Black Orcs fight them in melee. Having that blinded contact effect will matter for sure. Help the orcs connect consistently on their melee attacks. Bit of risk of friendly fire there, certainly, but the sheer volume of rocks just absolutely dropping all over Cathay here is a little bit too much for them to handle, it seems, and the balance of power very quickly cascading in the Green Tide's favor. Yeah, just wild builds on both sides, to be honest. Hard to comment really too much. Celestial Dragon Guard, though, generally not super cost-effective. Interesting pick for sure, but it probably would have just been better wider here, to be honest. Yeah, map is a little bit tricky. Definitely work to the Greenskins' advantage to have this kind of way to break up the advance of Cathay, right? Definitely great utilization of the terrain there. So, fun one for sure from Vodulius. And big thanks for sending that one in. I always appreciate some fun times with Wurzag. Overall here, the Rock Lobbers are going to generate really nice value, considering how cheap they are. Ancient Marauders actually did come back to contribute some nice value as well. But the Black Orcs get some value. They're not as good as they used to be once upon a time. One of the most feared infantry in game. Pretty good now, if supported well. Got some good engagements. But just a nice overall kind of combined arms win here. Tao Yan, decent pick. Definitely would want a caster for sure. But, yeah, the Celestial Dragon Guard aren't going to do a ton because of the counterfire from the Rock Lobbers. But even still, the one Celestial Crossbow and the Rain Gun as well, we're able to get some pretty respectable value. Definitely, you know, hindsight 2020. This one of the things about Greenskins, they can do some kind of surprise you at times. Because their roster is a lot more flexible than you might think in your mind, right? A lot of people like, oh, it's orcs. What are they going to do? Just charge me, right? Goblin ambush, but something like a quad artillery, right? To really set the ranged engagement. Like, definitely this Grand Cathay player expected more to be able to sort of dictate the terms of the engagement, try and draw them in a bit here. But even still, a lot of spend on range units here. Want to cheap out on some of the... Try and take light cavalry to kind of shore up gaps and protect where you need to. War Compass also a little bit of a mean pick. Swap this thing out for the drum. It's just better. You don't have to click on any abilities and it just makes all your troops. It's great, to be honest. And yeah, the Crane Gun's actually a really nice pick here. Generally, I think, on the Greenskins infantry. But it's an interesting matchup. I would generally put it in Greenskins' favor. I don't know that the Tiger Warriors really affected this matchup much. Get a chance to play. But hopefully that will change soon. I am planning on trying to get some games of my own this weekend because, yeah, it's been an interesting time recently. Haven't been getting a ton of replays submitted. So by all means, out there, please feel free to submit some. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get some games in of my own this weekend. sure my skills don't get too rusty, and prepare, as mentioned, for those inevitable times. So, as we wait for that, be sure to subscribe if you're not. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.